What a Eugene family thought would take months to find their son a healthy heart happened in just days. Good evening, I'm Jessica Debus. The teenager is recovering at the Standford Medical Center today after receiving a heart transplant. KEZI 9 News reporter Chanu Her is live in the studio with an update from the boy's dad on his son. We first brought you this story back in May. It's our top story at 6. Chanu.
Jessica, Jarod Doerner is just 13 years old, and 6 weeks ago he suddenly fell ill. He was transferred to the Standford Medical Center, where his family was told it could take 6 months to a year for him to get a new heart. But not long after his name was put on that transplant list, his family received heartwarming news.
Jarod, head up.
You're 8-minute mile.
Head up, kiddo.
This is 13-year-old Jarod Doerner taking the biggest steps of his life thus far, walking from one room to another with his new heart.
It's as doing as well as his own heart would be doing at this point.
6 weeks ago, Jarod developed a cough, and it didn't take long before he was sent to the Standford Medical Center in California and was told he needed a heart transplant, leaving his family searching for answers.
I would give him my heart right now if it would have helped him.
They say doctors told them once Jarod was on the transplant list, it'd take time to find a donor match.
The average is 6 months. We've heard 9 months, 12 months even. We ran into one child down there waiting 2 years for a heart transplant.
After weeks of working with their health insurance, Jarod's name was finally on the list, bringing the family a sense of relief. But shortly after, Jarod's dad, Dan, got a phone call from his wife, Candace, that left him in shock.
And she says, "Dan, are you sitting down?" And I said, "No, what's going on?" And she's crying. And I'm like thinking, for a split second, something's wrong. And then she starts giggling.
The shocking news: doctors found a donor match for Jarod.
He was on the transplant list for only 8 days, which is almost unheard of.
The call came on June 29th, and by July 1st, Jarod had a new heart.
I mean, when we first noticed the symptoms that he had a cough, he looked pale, couldn't eat, was 6 weeks ago. And now he has a new heart. This whole process has been unbelievably fast.
Now his family's hoping for a healthy recovery so he can come back home.
Wonderful. We haven't stopped crying because it's, you know, just the idea that he got his heart and now he can heal and get better and come home.
I'm excited to see his stuffed animals.
Before the transplant, it was a lot of unknowns. When will the transplant happen? When can he come home? All these different things. And now we have this, it's going to be soon.
Those unknowns vanishing one by one as Jarod took the 50-foot journey from one room to another, step by step. Dan Doerner says it's still unclear when Jarod is coming back to Eugene, but Jarod wants to make it back in time for school. Dan says if you're interested in keeping up with Jarod's journey, you can follow updates on their Facebook page, support Jarod Doerner, and we'll have that link on KEZI.com as well. Live in the studio, Chanu Her, KEZI 9 News.